Pastor Damian Massey is a senior pastor at the Glory Nation Church of Atlanta in Georgia. As reported, a male who was a former member of the Remnant Church Outreach Ministry was physically involved with the apostle Macy. The pair allegedly planned intimate meetups via a text. Allegedly, screenshots show the pastor telling Johnson, quote, "I'll be there in like 20 minutes. Make sure you're ready."
I came on to be transparent, and as simple as this, I messed up. Um, this has been a really, really hard few days, but I struggled. And the struggle didn't just begin. The struggle has been a struggle, and the conviction has been great. And many times people don't know how to accept the struggle of a leader or the struggle of the pastor, and they take the human and the man out of the pastor, out of the bishop, out of the apostle, out of the prophet. I didn't address what should have been addressed in my life, and you all seen it. I don't have to recap it. You seen the video, but other people will paint a picture of you to be the worst person in the world because of a failure. I want to take my responsibility. That's my public statement. I want to take my responsibility, and I want to repent before God. I want to take off my title and take off my hat and take off all the articulations of my duties.
Now, this is my perspective directly on this, right? I'm not angry at the pastor. I'm not mad at the pastor. This is something that within himself that he has to deal with. This is something that he has to come to terms with. This is obviously a fight, a battle that he has denied wanting to take on, wanting to, conquer, wanting to figure out. And, due to the decisions that he has made and the trust that he has placed within another person, he is now forced to face that battle because of the selfish ways that another individual um, wanted to move. Because the pastor decided that he wanted to invest time and energy, he wanted to have a blind faith, right, and hope within a person and trust. And all of that is, of course, ruined. His reputation for him is, in a sense, ruined. Not just due to the fact of him having to come out and give a reason or everything that's taken place, but also because of the pictures that have been released and also the video footage that is also there as well. And again, to my understanding, these images, all of this was put out there by the other side. And the main thing that I stated before to people is I find it pretty interesting that the person who is of the community, who knows what it's like to be traumatized and to be treated and negatively and ostracized. It's interesting how that person who has a deep understanding decides that they want to force the hand of somebody that is not ready when originally that person, 9 times out of 10, right, was not ready themselves to fully accept who it is that they are. They were going through all of these things throughout their childhood, trying to figure out, is this me? Is this not me? Should I basically fit into this box? Should I not fit in? Should I be okay with myself? Should I not be okay? Right? Them going through these things and having an understanding, knowing other friends, knowing maybe other relatives and associates and different things of that nature, knowing all of that history, deciding to put out all of this information to force the hand of somebody who put a type of trust and a blind faith into, for what? Again, for me, I feel sorry for the pastor because, you know, he tried to live up to an impossible standard, and he knew that it was impossible. This is why you see images out there of him crying because he understands that the reputation, this house that he built, is now a facade, right? That's what it was originally, but now even more so, because people can clearly see through the walls. You know, it's no more brick and mortar. It's none of that now. It's a glass house. People can clearly see completely through it. They know everything that is within it, everything that is there. They can count all of the change and even some of it that's under the couch on the floor, right? But again, what did the other person have to gain directly from this by ruining, right, the pastor's reputation and everything like that? Because I've seen a lot of people online try to get on the pastor like, oh well, this is your fault and all this other, but nobody's looking at the aspect of the other person that decided to release all this information. They had photos, they had pictures and text messages, they had video. Like nobody's really looking at the other person and how it is that their actions that culminated to this whole point. Everything was all good. Everything was all fine, right? The pastor was sending the dude money. The last thing I think the pastor sent was like $173 or something like that. And when they showed the Cash App, you saw a grand total of like 2,000 something. Now again, I'm not sure if that's specifically from what it is that the pastor has given or what it is that that guy has received over time from other people. But like I said, they were taking trips and everything. So obviously he was enjoying himself. Again, it just gets to that point where a lot of these people out here feel as though they have the right to force the hand and to push people into, I guess, for lack of a better word, the light, when it is not their obligation and it is not their right to do. Like I said, and nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to highlight how that's a negative thing and how that could psychologically have a negative turn of events for the party that is not ready to be there. We've seen this countless times. I know relatives who have had to face some of these things trying to live to impossible standards, but they try to live to a certain means because they understand that their family is religious. And they don't, in a sense, want to be a negative or a black eye to the family. So they try to, live in an image that is acceptable so that they can stay loved, so they can stay within the good graces. And I've watched and seen how that has psychologically fractured and destroyed. So again, to a lot of the people out there, never at a point in time should you be forced or made to believe that you have to follow a certain road in order to be loved and cared about. You shouldn't have to. Like I said, I've watched it happen with one of my family members. And, still to this day, it hurts, knowing that he feels that people are going to treat him or view him in a sense differently because of who it is that he is. You know, man. Like I said, it's tough. Uh, the only thing that I can, really try to tell people, to at least the ones that would, understand and hear me out, is that if you got somebody that's, specifically in your family and you, in a sense, know, let them know, you know, that you had a conversation with them, let them know that, you see some things, you understand some stuff, and, no matter what route that they take, like you still love them, you know, because again, a lot of people have, internal battles that they gotta, sit up there and face. And one of the main reasons that people happen to face these battles is because they don't, want to lose the family or what it is that they call home, you know. So again, I know, more than likely my cousin doesn't watch, any of the stuff that I do, or probably even knows any of the stuff that, I do. Uh, again, to him, he's always loved. He's always been, my cousin, always been the person why I wanted to, become taller and, stronger and different things of that nature. I just hope that he gets to that point where he can just accept everything for what it is and, just, live the life that he wants to live.